Chesney Hughes returned to form with 100 on the third day of the LV County Championship match between Derbyshire and Northamptonshire at the 3A County Ground, a day enjoyed by the home batsmen who put their team in control. Hughes and his opening partner Ben Slater had already posted a stand of 76 as the third morning began to give Derbyshire a lead of 95. After a brief break for rain, Hughes was at his first championship 50 since June 2013, one made off 143 balls, that being his 8th four. There was no real threat at all from the Northamptonshire attack, and that allowed Slater to complete his third half century in consecutive games, his coming off 160 deliveries, also being reached with a rather streaky four, the left-hander's 10th. It was a batsman-dominated morning with, apart from the occasional edge, Hughes and Slater batting with very few problems. Indeed, by the time the 26 overs of the session had been completed, these two had carried the total to 169 without loss, Hughes on 85 and Slater 68. 40 minutes after the restart, Hughes ended his two-year wait for 100. You have to go back to May 2013 when he made the headlines with a 270 against Yorkshire in Leeds. He reached his mark here off 249 balls, with 13 fours included, and he celebrated in style. With that out of the way, he looked to push on, but fell LBW to Rob Keogh, who bowled 33 overs unchanged in the racecourse end. Hughes departed on 104. So now it was left to Slater to see if he could match the heroics of his opening partner. The 23-year-old has scored only 2 first-class hundreds, and he looked set for a third as he moved into the 90s on a pitch which was still playing well. But 6 short of a deserved ton, he went after a wide ball from David Willey and edged behind. Still, he'd batted for 89 overs, 5¼ hours, and had faced 237 balls for his runs, which had put his side right on top. Oddly, Hashim Amla never really settled, and it came as no real surprise when he was bowled by Willey, the pick of the Northants attack. The South African was on his way for 20. The lead stood at 274 now, and with the wind getting up, it was left to Scott Elston to add more to that as quickly as possible. He and Wayne Madsen played as many shots as they could, in adding another 52 runs for the 4th wicket in 12 overs. Derbyshire's lead was well into the 300s, but Madsen still wanted plenty more for his team. Willey grabbed his 3rd wicket when Elston on 25 tried to drive a wide ball and nicked off. And after Shiv Thakur had helped himself to 28 off 25 balls, he dragged a delivery from Stephen Crook back onto his stumps. That brought in Harvey Hussain, who showed plenty of urgency in his cameo. This shot off Crook went for 6 with a minimum of backlift. The young keeper made 46 off 38 balls, and after Madsen completed his 50 off 85, he declared with his team using up 122 overs in making 407 for 5. His bowlers now well rested. Northamptonshire now then had a minimum of 104 overs to chase down 427 for a famous win, but they lost Stephen Peters' first ball as he turned a short delivery from Mark Footed to Elston at short leg. Kyle Kurtzer was dropped at 4th slip off the unlucky Tom Taylor, but the Scot then got a thinner edge off Footed to go for 11 at 17 for 2, an ideal start for Derbyshire. It was left to Rob Newton and Azarullah to see out the remaining time. They advanced a total to 40, which leaves another 387 runs to find on the last day. Northamptonshire have a huge task ahead of them to prevent Derbyshire from securing their 2nd win of the season.